to see you here, guys. Another day of Pete talking shit in his workshop, as he does. Hey, today I want to have a bit of a yarn about the old plasma cutter air supplies and what's the minimum air compressor you're going to need to run one of these little suckers. A lot of you fellas are new to this game, and I had a few issues with my air compressor when I first started as well. Anyway, guys, same crap as usual. If you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and hey, let's get into this video, eh? Now, this is my old compressor, guys. It's got a 3 head on it. You see, some of them are twin, some of them are 3, some of them are even 4, some of them are direct drive. It just depends what your configuration is, really. But mine's got like 3 air cleaners on it, one there, one here, and one there. And this is basically the biggest air compressor that I could get to run on the voltage that I had available in my workshop. Because I don't know if you guys are limited the same as what I am, but I run on 240 volt, and this thing draws 15 amps, which is the maximum I can get out of the circuit. And so this is the biggest machine I could get on single phase here. A lot of you guys in the States, I think, are running 110 or 115. I think you're running on 10 amp circuits from what I can gather, but you know, hopefully your gear would be designed a bit more for your voltage. But this thing here is designed to run on 240 volts. But this is not big enough for my little plasma cutter. I have issues with it, and the tank's not big enough either, but you're stuck with what you have. When this thing starts up, I'll give you a demo in a minute. When this thing starts up, when I'm plasma cutting, it'll either chuck out all the circuit breakers, or it'll dim the lights, and then it'll chuck out the circuit breakers because it's just drawing way too much current. But yeah, like I say, you're stuck with what you have. I had a smaller one than this to start off with, but it just would go nowhere near my cutting. So what I've done is learnt to cut to my compressor capacity rather than the other way around, if you know what I mean. I just can't continuously cut. I have to stop and let the compressor catch up. But anyway, that's my compressor. This is just a little redback or something it's called. I don't know, a Miller Falls or something I think it is. It's just your standard compressor. Like I say, it's running a 3 horsepower motor, which is the maximum I can run on single phase. And it's only running a 50 litre tank, which is 13 gallons, and it's not really big enough. What I would really want to do is put another air tank next to it, and I might do a video on that actually, just to get the capacity up a bit so this thing's not working so hard. This thing gets pushed really hard, and you can hear it too. It's starting to rattle and knock around a bit, but like I say, you do what you got to do. It also needs a bloody oil change. I might do that as well and show you fellas how to do that. But anyway, I'll show you the specs on this thing. So here it is on the other side, guys. See, it's a twin belt. We've got the twin belts in here, the drive belts, and like I say, we've got 3 cylinder heads, 3 pumping heads here. And yeah, this is just it from the other side. And there's the tank down here. Like I say, it's 50 litre. It's only 13 gallons, which is too small for my plasma cutter. But I can't get anything bigger. Like I say, I just won't run it on the power. So the only thing I could do really is put an extra tank on it to try and get the volume capacity up a bit. Anyway, here's the specs. Hope you can see them. So what have we got? We've got 3 horsepower, and it's 2.2 kilowatt, 454 litres a minute. They have the tank capacity here at 50 litres or 13 gallons. Which I would recommend the minimum is 20 gallon, because you're going to run into all sorts of trouble. Anyway, I'll just here, Miller's Falls, that's what it is. And it's just a generic, basically generic Chinese compressor. So what the 15 amp circuit basically means, guys, is like I've got my normal drill here, and the plug for the drill is here. See that? And then the compressor plug is this one here. Now if you notice, if I hold them like this one here for the drill is a 10 amp circuit. This one here is a 15 amp circuit. So that's the most I can do on my home power, if you understand what I'm saying. And also to use this plug in this compressor, if you're running on a little extension cord or something, you have to have a special extension cord with the higher ampage, the 15 amp extension, and you also have to have the special outlet in the wall for the 15 amp outlet. So what I did was I got one outlet put in my workshop for 15 amp, and I made up just a little extension cord so I can plug my plasma cutter in, and also my air compressor, because my plasma cutter also is running on 15 amp, which is the maximum I can do. That's why I'm having issues with the power in my workshop. I don't know if you guys have the same sort of issues in the States or in Canada or wherever you are, but that's the difference that we have in New Zealand anyway. So guys, my compressor's fully charged up. I run it at between 60 and 70 psi because I find I get the most out of my cutting tips and it cuts better like that. So that's just the air pressure that I set mine at. That's what I'm most comfortable with. So like I say, the compressor's fully charged. I'll show you how long a cut I get before the compressor has to kick in and I have to stop cutting. And if you also look very carefully, you might see that the lights dim a little bit when everything starts up. Now if I kept on cutting after the compressor cuts in, then I'll throw all my circuit breakers out. So anyway, I'll show you. So that's not too bad if you're only cutting small strips, but you start trying to do half sheets and you get run into trouble. There you go. Don't know if you notice the light dim or not, the compressor's just started up there. If I continue on cutting now, look what happens. See that? We just blew the circuits. Push the button, nothing happened. We just blew the circuit breakers. So that's the issue I'm having. So yeah, so basically I've got to put a bigger tank on my air compressor because I can't get a bigger air compressor in here, or I just have to, once the compressor starts, which is what I'm used to doing now, is I just stop, wait for it to catch up, and then start again, stop, wait for it to catch up, and start again. I don't know if you fellas had any issues like that, but that's the issues that I have. Like I say, I'm only running a 13-gallon compressor. I recommend when you're going, if you can get one that'll run on your power supply, get a 20-gallon at least, because that'll just give you that little bit more air. Otherwise, you're going to have to put some more air tanks or something on your compressor to get a bit more air storage so you don't stop and start so often. So guys, that's some of the issues I have, especially when I'm doing quite long cuts. If I'm doing anything above like 2.5 feet, 3 feet, it'll kick out. But anyway, you just got to deal with what you got to deal with, eh? If you're looking for a 20-gallon compressor, I'll put some links down below, the best ones that I could find anyway. And yeah, I might have to look at updating mine or do something with mine anyway. Anyway guys, same stuff as usual. If you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.